Hi, welcome back. Today I have a library haul for you. Now, I don't know that I've ever done a library haul. I have picked up books from time to time and maybe reviewed them on my channel, but I've never picked up a bunch of books at one time to, justify a haul. So, since I did this time, I thought I would go ahead and film a library haul. Now, all the books I have are actually part of the same series, and as you know, I've been getting into manga a lot lately, ever since I read Death Note. And I just recently read Vampire Knight Volume 1 on an internet site called Edelweiss. It's sort of like NetGalley, where you can review books if you're a reviewer or bookseller, and you can download a digital copy, which you get to keep for a short period of time, and then it kind of just deletes. So I read Vampire Knight Volume 1, and I kind of got hooked on it, and didn't want to invest money into buying a whole big, huge series. And because I think there's like currently 19 books out in this series. Not one of the largest manga series out there, not in the 60s like I think Naruto is or something. But anyway, it's still quite a few volumes. So I thought I would check out my library and see if they had them. And they do have quite a few of them. So I picked up this whole stack, which is volumes 2 through 10. And the author of this series is, I think it's author and illustrator, Matsuri Hino. And I'll go ahead and show you the covers of them all. They don't have any names to them, they're just numbered. So that's volume 2, volume 3. And of course they're black and white mangas, and they're Japanese, so they read right to left. That's volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, 7, 8, volume 9, and volume 10. And I think my library has like the first 17, but I didn't want to I only have like three weeks I think to read them all, plus other books that I'm reading, so I thought I should be able to get through these fairly quickly. They don't take more than really less than a day to read. I mean, if you had a good couple solid hours to read, you could finish one off. So I'm really enjoying this series. What it is it's a vampire story, obviously. And it follows this young girl by the name of Yuki. And it starts out with her as a young girl, and she's out in the woods. She has no memory of her past. She doesn't know kind of what happened to her or how she came to be there. But while she's there, she's nearly attacked by a vampire. And this young man, he comes to her rescue, and I suddenly blanked on his name. Kanami. I think his name is Kanami. He's happens to be a vampire, and he actually comes to her rescue and saves her from the other vampire. And she's not talking at first. She doesn't really know, anything about her past, like I said. So he brings her to Cross Academy, and there she ends up being raised by the headmaster and adopted, and her name is now Yuki Cross. And shortly after her arrival, another young boy is brought there by the name of Zero, and that's him right there. And he is from a family of vampire hunters, and his family is attacked and everyone wiped out but him. He's the sole survivor. And so he's raised by the headmaster, not formally adopted, but he is raised because of course they know his last name and everything. So the two kind of grow up at this academy, and it's a very strange academy. There are the day class students and the night class students, and the special thing about the night class students is they're all vampires, but the day class students do not know that. Only Zero and Yuki know that, and the headmaster. And it's sort of the headmaster's goal to sort of get these, humans and vampires to coexist peacefully, and hoping that this school will sort of see if it's like a kind of an experiment, you might say. Of course, the vampires know they're vampires, and they know those are humans, but the humans in the day class do not know, and they're just infatuated by the beauty of these students. They're just gorgeous and perfect, and I think it's that vampire aura, who knows, that's sort of affecting them. But Yuki and Zero sort of act as like the guardians. They keep the two classes separate, so when the day class is leaving from their studies for the day and the night class are coming, they sort of pass briefly, and it's their job to kind of keep the two sides somewhat separate, not, so nothing bad happens. But it's a really interesting story. There is a bit of a love triangle that starts to brew between, of course, the three characters, Yuki, Zero, and Kanami. And you really don't know which way that story's going to go. There's a whole lot of interesting other characters that are involved, of course, other students at the school, and a whole interesting background between with what happened to Zero and everything in his past. So I'm really, really enjoying this. Of course, like I said, it's black and white. Let me see, I'll show you one of the earlier ones, so not too many spoilers, but to give you an idea of some of the artwork in it. It's got lots of action and stuff. I just like the artwork. I've also been, I've just kind of stumbled recently across a anime site. I never really watched a lot of anime, but since I've started reading manga, I've kind of been getting interested in watching anime. And there's a site called animeget.net, and I'll put a link to it down below. And you can actually stream like thousands of different anime episodes and shows. Some of them you have to watch because a lot of them are in the native Japanese, and you have to read the subtitles in English down below. But because of that, some of the titles of the shows aren't in English. So you might, like there's one I've been reading called Blue Exorcist, but that's not how it shows up on the website. I just happened to stumble across it, or I think I looked it up or Googled it to find out how it would read in Japanese, to find out what the title was. Then I was able to backtrack to that website and again look for that show to see if they had it. So I've also been watching Vampire Knight on there, which is really neat because of course those are in color. And it does make it a little bit easier, because the one problem I'll probably say I have with this is a lot of the characters tend to look alike. And when you have color versions of it, of course, there's little subtlety differences in the hair color and the facial features and things like that. But here, a lot of them look very much similar. If I can show you. Like these two characters look a lot alike, even to that one. I mean, they're the three different characters, so you really have to kind of pay close attention when you're reading the manga. But I definitely recommend it. I'm really enjoying it if you're into vampires. This is not hopefully Twilight-y, but I've never read those books. I just sort of saw one of the movies. But no werewolves so far, just vampires and humans, and just a really interesting twist to the storyline, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So that is my first library haul. That's all I've got to show you. Hope you guys decide to try and pick it up, and like I said, check out that website if you're interested in kind of trying out things, or if you're wondering if you even like the whole idea of manga, you could try the video version of it, which is anime, and see if there's something that might appeal to you. So, thanks for watching, hope you enjoy it, and see you next time. Bye-bye.